Chucky.
Wanna play?
Hello and welcome to Haunted by Horror. I'm Kevin, and today I'm going to be talking about the 4th episode of the Chucky television series. Alright, so I just watched the 4th episode of Chucky, and this episode picks up where the last episode left off, after there was a big fire in Lexi's house while she was having a party. And we go to the hospital. The very beginning of the episode reminded me a lot of Halloween Kills. I have expected Chucky to pop out and start massacring firefighters, but maybe that was just me. I mean, I'm sure other people just watch that movie and they might think of it too, so I can't be the only one, right? So we go to the hospital, and all of the nurses are wearing white dresses and nursing caps, which was just odd to me because nurses haven't worn those for long enough that it's not really a thing in movies anymore. I don't understand why they chose to do that in this movie. It's weird. And of course Lexi knows that Chucky's alive now. And after Jake finds out that Devon's okay and sees Lexi's sister has been intubated, then Lexi confronts Jake about the fact that he just essentially tried to murder her. And of course, you can't tell anyone else about the doll. So, for some reason, she decides to go with Jake back to her house. So she finds all this out, and then, hey, you tried to kill me earlier tonight, but yeah, I'll go with you to try to find your accomplice at my house alone so I can be alone with the two of you. That seems like a good idea. And yet, she's still alive. This episode did see my prediction come to fruition. What I've been saying would happen, happened. And I didn't know how it would play out exactly, but what ended up happening was Lexi started to fall, and Jake grabbed her arm, and then Chucky was there egging him on, trying to get him to let go. And he didn't. And that's almost exactly what I thought would happen. The thing is, when Lexi fell, I think she was on the 2nd floor. Because it seemed kind of high when they showed from above angle. But then they switched to a down lower angle. And when Jake started to pull her up, Chucky was jumping up and swiping at her with a knife. And it looked like he was right there at her feet. Which, if Jake would have let her go, she wouldn't have died. She probably wouldn't have even hurt her ankle or anything, because it's not that far of a drop. And there's nowhere inside of her house that I would think would be high enough. If you fell feet first, you would die. I mean, maybe off the roof, but even then, you would have to fall head first. I mean, it's not that high. It's not that high. She might have twisted her ankle because she was wearing heels. But she wouldn't have died. I mean, if Chucky got her with the knife, now, he would be dropping her down where Chucky could get her. And so, that would kill her. But the fall alone wouldn't kill her. It's almost a certainty that Lexi is not going to die. Can we just kill her, please? Please? And also in this episode, Devon finds out about Chucky from talking with Lexi. And Devon's mom seems to think there's something going on with the doll. She definitely knows that Jake knows more than he's saying and suspects him of involvement in some way, but it's difficult to tell why exactly she's so focused in on the doll. So again, we got one kill in this episode, and it was a character that just popped up to be fodder for being murdered by Chucky. That was the character's entire purpose. It makes me think of the scene in The Dark Knight where he's dangling him. And again, we got one kill in this episode. And it was a character who came in, was basically set up to be murdered. That was the entire purpose of his character. And then Chucky killed him. And he killed him not in a great way. He threw a scalpel at him from across the room and hit him in the spinal cord, and then he wasn't able to move, and then he took a bunch of needles, like just handfuls of needles, and jabbed him over and over with these needles, and no one heard him screaming or anything while he's being jabbed, because it would take a lot to kill somebody in that way. And nobody heard him, nobody came, and they're in a hospital. And Chucky unplugs Lexi's little sister's vent from the wall, and they make a huge deal about that. Like, there's a huge fucking issue because that vent was unplugged from the wall for a couple of seconds. I don't know why. All in all, this episode just didn't feel very eventful. And I hope they hurry up and bring in some of the legacy characters from the Chucky franchise, like they've promised from the beginning. I don't know. It'll give me something else to focus on, so I'm not just frustrated week after week when they continue to not kill Lexi. Alright, well, thanks for watching this video. Have a good day.
Subscribe, damn it. I'll be back. I always come back, and so should you, you moron.